Welcome back. This is No Agendas, and I'm joined here with John and Josh, and of course I'm Bob. And we're going to do a little cycle review, or third pack, data pack review for the SanSan cycle. This one's going to be called Chrome City. All the fun stuff you can put in your bodies. For cheap. You know, you're going to have those implants and everything else. It's going to be cool. So we got a whole new set of cards called Cybernetics.
Yep.
And I think we'll start off the pack with you, John, and welcome back since you missed out last time. Yeah, we missed you.
Had to move, unfortunately.
Have a sub come in, little pinch hitter. Nick did a good job, but anyway, start us out.
Nick did a great job. So the first card we have is an Anarch event called Immolation Script. It's 0 cost. It's an event, a run, sabotage, 3 influence. Make a run on archives. If successful, instead of accessing a piece of ice in archives, trash a rezzed copy of that ice. It's a fun one.
Late game?
Even in the middle. I mean, there are so many decks that are reliant on having 3 copies of things like wraparounds and stuff like that. I mean, it's how many decks do you know of that play, one of a bunch of different ice?
Eli's.
I
mean, 3 Eli's. Yeah. I mean, so there goes all your Eli's.
You can kill an Excalibur, because most people will throw away the second Excalibur if they're not playing Grail.
Correct.
I don't know, it's fun. You need the other stuff to kill with it.
It's fun with noise when you're just randomly getting rid of
randomly trashing. Yeah, I guess that'd be great. Yeah, milled 5 or 6 cards. Let's Immolation Script for fun. See what
happens. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. But it has to be a res piece of ice, though, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but you figure there's other pieces of ice that have been res at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be definitely mid game to late game, but it could really screw somebody up late game big time.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good. You definitely spoon something and then Immolation. Sure, why not?
Ooh.
You could, I mean, if they try to guard archives with something, you could spoon, say it's whatever. Eli.
Yeah.
So you, knife? You knife Eli, and then Immolation Script in there to kill another Eli somewhere else.
Yep.
I don't know why you do that. I guess you just want to keep
Eddie may like this card. Eddie may like this card.
Sure. No, Ed trashes...
No, but just because he usually is like an eater, there's usually eater suite with us.
Oh, well.
To destroy stuff. I don't know. I mean, I've tried to run that suite where you have eater out and you're just trying to trash ice, and it's really hard to get the spoon and the knife and the right one, I guess, in your hand to do it. Maybe Max.
I don't know. You can kill a lot of ice. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Important to know, you still access all the other cards in archives, so you have to deal with any nastiness that's in there. But I mean, it's cool. I like it. Killing ice is always fun.
You're going to be running archives at some point with Iron Arc anyway, so you might as well get something else out of it.
Yep. You got it.
Next card, 2 cost Skulljack. It's a unique hardware, cybernetic. When you install Skulljack, suffer 1 brain damage. Trash cost of all cards is lowered by 1, 2 influence.
The wizard guy?
Yeah, essentially it helps a little bit with wizard, small wizard power. Of all the cybernetics, I think this is the weakest one. 1 trash cost isn't going to help a whole lot, especially if you're taking 1 brain damage for it.
Well, there's ways around
there's ways around it, and if you're building cybernetics, you're going to be using them.
It's I don't know. I mean, I think you need a lot more useful cybernetics, before you'd consider throwing this in. This feels like this is a card that's like, well, yeah, I have something that gives me a credit for every cybernetic I have, so sure, Skulljack.
Throw that in just to have it.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, it's
a free credit, basically, right?
Yeah.
But it has to be installed stuff, so it's not like you can dig through R&D and trash things.
Yeah.
It's currently underwhelming in my opinion.
I agree with
cards lowered by 1. Trash cost doesn't have to be installed.
All
cards.
I must have read the front part because I was reading it earlier. Never mind.
So R&D.
Not bad.
Kill some Caprices for free.
I wish it was kind of like Demo Run where you could trash other cards, but and then it might be worth it to pay even 4 or 5.
You may trash any card for the cost of what? No.
I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, like you said, it's underwhelming right now. Like I said, it must have something and it's unique too, so you can't stack these or whatever to give it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's unique. I wonder why it's unique. Do you think it's unique just because being able to lower by 3 is kind of crazy?
Because you can only install 1 in your brain. That's why. You can't have multiple Skulljacks.
Why not? It's a jack. You just put 3 or 4 holes in the side of your head. I don't know. But I'm saying, I wonder if it's unique because there's going to be something that goes with cybernetics, and they don't want you putting
multiple copies.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I mean, it could be a flavor thing too. That the hole in you're only allowed to put one hole in your head.
And most of these
Hey,
are
it's
so
the
cheap.
most common one.
Most of these are so cheap that stacking them would get kind of dangerous once you get rid of the damage that you suffer.
Yeah,
It'd be a little too powerful.
no, you'd be able to trash lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, that's
There you
interesting.
go,
So
Bob.
that was our first cybernetic.
yep,
Okay. All right. Well, I got the cool console. It's a 2-cost turntable. Hardware console. It's +1 memory. It's 2 influence. It says whenever you steal an agenda, you may swap that agenda with an agenda in the corpse score area. Awesome. Great
Okay.
console. Very interesting. Hey, trade those 1s for 3s all day long. You know?
That's my only concern is people. There's going to be less agenda choice because you're going to be scared to have 3s and 1s. You're going to be scared to have the unusual agendas because you know there's a possibility you're going to lose that
Future
3
perfect killer.
Yeah, and I'm fine that it can take away the tokens from the Nisei and Asher strip, but it's maybe a little too strong for that for the 3-to-1 problems.
I mean, so what plays ones? So normally in EH will play your 2 breaking news.
PE.
Personal Evolution is playing all ones.
Yeah.
Well, or the
some of them are playing the
AI.
3s and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
and PE's not super strong
And
right
Future
now.
Perfect is so strong. I just see this as Future Perfect. I mean, if you're in PE or something like that.
No, yeah, sure, in PE.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking replicating perfection. I mean, okay, you may be able to steal their Nisei token if you pull a lucky agenda off of R&D. But otherwise, they're not going to give it to you, and you're trading 2s for 3s at that point.
You can't just sit on your token cards anymore if you see this. You need to play them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's... Yeah, I guess chaining out House of Knives would kind of get annoying.
Yeah.
But does this give Noise a whole different way to potentially, run? I mean, make him more of a runner versus the guy who's just, throwing the viruses out. And that just is a secondary effect.
No.
You're just poaching them off of archives and trading them in for better things.
Yeah, well, instead of running Grimoire, though, I mean, would you put this in over Grimoire? I mean, because Grimoire's so powerful with the virus, right?
I don't think so, because Cash is so good.
Yeah.
Imp is so good. No, I think Turntable is replacing, like Vigil, for sure. When you don't, when you're not playing like Headlock, where you're gonna get Vigil clicks.
Yeah.
It gives you a different choice other than just Vigil for everyone else.
Yeah.
Where they were stuck with it.
Grimoire, Vigil.
Well, and this doesn't work with like Shikyu or anything like that, like any of those agenda-like cards, because you have to steal an agenda, and they'll say put it into your scoring area as
It does
an
count
agenda.
for domestic sleepers. That is an
Would
agenda.
Shikyu
Yeah.
count? Not stealing Shikyu, but could you give away a Shikyu?
No, it's already been rolled because the way you get Shikyu is not.
No, I'm not saying the way you get Shikyu. I'm saying once
give it back
once
to
it's
them?
in there, could you give them Shikyu? Because it is put in your agenda.
But is it an agenda?
I don't know.
I think that was the ruling one.
No, it's whenever you steal an agenda, you may
So
swap
you have to
that
steal
agenda.
it,
It has
yeah.
to be that
It has to
particular
Oh,
agenda.
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So that's why it doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
domestic
we'll look it up then.
sleepers is a zero
Yep.
agenda. So
Yeah, that would be kind of fun, huh?
It hurts HP because
Yeah.
they're not going to play. I wouldn't play domestic sleepers in. Well, if this card becomes prevalent, I
Yep.
would not play.
which is a shame. I've always thought that was interesting. Even though I don't play HP, it was always interesting
It's
to
a cool
see.
card.
I love domestic sleepers. It's just a way to piss somebody off.
Oh, yeah.
It's also a way to scare the core too.
Yeah.
You're like, you got like 6 points. You run R&D, and you're like, oh, agenda, and they're like, and nope, it's domestic sleepers, but it's still an agenda.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I get the Chrome Parlor.
Yeah.
Hooray! It's an Anarch location, 1 cost. Prevent all meat damage and brain damage from installing cybernetics. It's 1 influence, so it's splashable. Okay.
That's how you get surgery done.
It's forced, so it's. I mean, I think. So if you look further on, the only ones that deal brain damage are the Anarch. Is the Anarch one and
The crazy
and the
ones.
neutral one. So I don't think. Like the other ones, I would almost take the damage they deal because it's just meat damage.
Yeah.
I could throw some
Yeah.
cards away as opposed to spending
I
influence.
got permanent brain
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
I think this one has to go in like a cybernetics deck that may or may not be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, it definitely prevents the damage, and you can, it's cheap.
If you're running lots of cybernetics,
You can ASOP it, right? You get your cybernetics in, ASOP it,
Sure.
you know, and
If you have 5 or more cybernetics installed, you are immune to meat damage.
that'd be
Because
nice.
you're a robot and they're just shooting flat. No, I don't think so. I don't know. It needs a cybernetics deck, and other than that, that's just what the card does.
Yeah.
It's not super exciting.
Next card, 1 cost, unique titanium ribs. It's hardware, cybernetic. When you install titanium ribs, suffer 2 meat damage. You choose the card from your crypt to trash whenever you take damage, including the damage taken from installing titanium ribs. 2 influence.
That's kind of cool, though.
That's nice if you know you're facing a lot of decks that are going to do damage, or you have ways that you're going to be doing damage to yourself.
I have worse.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
you're always sitting on that.
you throw that away and you draw 3 cards for it. I mean,
Yeah.
for free.
When you stim hack,
Yep.
you don't lose the 1 card you really want. Sure.
Well, any
Right.
PE thing, it's like, okay, we'll take 1 damage. Here
Right.
you go.
Yeah.
Here's my extra copy of whatever, right?
Right, you're never worried about losing the 1 card that you don't want to lose.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'd ever install it defensively. I think you'd have to have some sort of offense that you're, either you're planning to run through damage or...
Yeah, because it's just a card sitting there that you don't even know if you're going to use.
Right. And it hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't really give you anything else. It just protects you. You get to choose.
Stim hack, amped up, stuff like that. It would
Yeah.
be good with.
Mhm.
That way you know what you're losing. Because that sucks. Amped up! Okay, discard. Oh, 1 in destruction.
It always seems to be that way.
You got lucky. No,
No.
you just have bad luck.
Yeah.
All right. So I got the next Cloud Breaker. It's 1 cost, 1 memory. It's called Crowbar. Program Icebreaker, the decoder version. And it says, of course, the cloud stuff. If you have 2 link, the memory cost of Crowbar is 0, even if it's not installed. And this one says, Crowbar has +1 strength for each installed Icebreaker. Trash, break up to 3 code gate subroutines. It's 2 influence. So we're talking just before we got started recording here that I could see a Cloud Breaker suite set up. I mean, you get a couple link. You throw all these in; they're cheap to throw out.
I think by the end of the cycle, there'll be enough pieces, because it looks like we're getting 1 per pack, maybe.
Shiv is the other one, right?
Yeah, Shiv is
Yeah.
for the centuries.
And it's also a
It's same
criminal
thing.
card, right?
Yeah,
Right.
criminal card. So they're all criminal. So you could run a criminal with all your memory, put data folding in, right? So you're always going to get data folding at the start of your turn. And then you put net eyes or something like that that's coming up, and you could have each one of these could be 3 or 4 strength, and you could have all 9 of them potentially out on the table, right?
Right, but then that's like 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah, but then you clone chip them or whatever, bring them back, deja vu them,
Might
whatever.
be an okay temporary solution. But without being able to get programs
levy.
back. Well, sure, you get them all back that way.
Yeah.
But then you have to set up again.
Right.
Yeah, but you could have some of them out while you're,
Yeah.
as the levy's going on. But you could have potentially a really cheap breaking suite that costs you no memory. You have data folding. You're just getting money every turn.
I think you still need real breakers. But I mean, they're like fairies. They're free breakers to break scary stuff, I guess. Though breaking any kind of real barrier with what the barrier one is, it will be a little rough.
Yeah.
Because
You'll need a lot of stuff out.
But I mean, you can break quandaries and things for it.
Yep.
Be cool. I don't know.
Could be a very
What can you
fast
get-
deck,
What can you
right?
get for installing programs?
You could put it on Scheherazade. I mean,
That's
super
okay.
cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
that's
free
fine,
then, basically,
sure.
right? They're free, right?
Yeah.
You're getting 1, paying for 1. You could have a whole suite of Scheherazades out. And,
Depending on what her influence is.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could see a suite like that being potentially viable. It would be a very fast. It would be a very fast deck.
What does Collective Conscious do? That awful Shaper card.
Oh, go down to
I was just going
programs.
to type in Collective.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doesn't that have something to do with drawing in programs? There you go.
Yeah.
Draw 1 card. Nope, never mind. Res's Ice. Nope.
No, you're thinking of the one that allows you to install programs? For the
I'm just trying to
credits?
think of something you could draw. I mean, like if you could draw cards when you install these, it'd be cool.
Something
or,
to speed up
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
That's the problem, is it's going to take a while to set up.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him being cool for. I like this one could be cool. Crowbar, being able to break annoying code gates.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's not a lot of code gates right now that have 3 things. Well, I mean, this is the this is the light version of Leviathan, right? which was never seen play because there was no code gate that had 3 subroutines, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Until this pack. So.
Is there one? Oh, yeah, there's that one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you got the next cybernetic.
Do I get the next one?
Yep.
I get the good one. So it's a Shaper hardware, 0 cost, net ready eyes. Hardware cybernetic, 2 influence, it does 2 meat damage to you. Whenever you initiate a run, choose an icebreaker. That icebreaker has +1 strength for the remainder of the run. So this makes Lotus Field yoggable.
Yep.
Though, unfortunately, there are now a bunch more big code gates that are
not
scary.
yoggable.
that are not yoggable. That are not net ready yoggable.
And your
Ichi?
little deck was nasty.
Yeah, that was funny.
that was a nasty little code gate deck.
Yeah, it was a Jinteki code date deck.
Nice. Makes Mimic break Ichi, right? Because Ichi is the 4 that you put in that Mimic can't break.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think it's cool.
It's going to see play.
For
0?
You lose the two meat damage along, you just deal with it because you're not going to waste influence on the other card.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the best cybernetic for sure, but it saves you credits every run, most likely. Pop
Pops up
Sage
your
up.
fix.
Adjust your Otman.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, because you could have an allotment at 4 or 5 or whatever you needed it to
Which
be.
one you needed, yeah.
Or install it at 3 and then make it 4.
It's not a big penalty. It's cool.
Yep.
Hopefully there'll be more
Good art.
cybernetics in the future.
Cool looking art.
Creepy art.
Creepy art, but yeah, cool
You
art.
should replace your eye. How many people in the future are losing eyes?
They already do cornea at transplants. I mean, this is just the big cornea transplant.
That's what I mean, though. Is these people they're like, hey, Doc, carve my eye out and put this thing in
Put
there.
a socket in there. It's like replacing a shock absorber, right? Yeah. All right.
Hey,
You're up, boss.
Next one. 2 cost program, 1 memory, Analog Dreamers. For a click, make a run on R&D. If successful, instead of accessing cards, you may choose an unres non-ice card with no advancement tokens on it. The corp shuffles that card into R&D.
Kill those caprices before they get rezzed.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot more assets. You can, if you're dealing with someone with an asset economy, you can be annoying. But the downside is it is a memory cost, and you're wasting a run on R&D if it's getting expensive on R&D. So it's kind of only effective earlier on.
This will never stop a Caprice or an Ash.
Because they
Ever.
can
Because you're like, Analog Dreamers is like, oh, Caprice, Ash.
Yeah, they'll just immediately res it. That's the downside.
I mean, well, and then they're res, and then someone was reading, someone said, "Oh, you could use the gun on them."
That's true. You could play this and the gun. Which would be, actually, that wouldn't be awful. That would be a good combo. It's 3 influence, though.
And then you run their HQ and then go kill it.
Well, sure. No, I do think that this would work really well with a gun.
With
A dreamer and a gun.
The 35.
Then you run into someone that doesn't use very many assets, and you're in trouble.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's an awful lot of RP right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of RP. So this definitely is in there for RP control, because you usually can get into R&D on an RP deck. I mean, you know what I mean? It's usually not
super hard
to get into because they don't put a lot of ice in them, and they're going horizontal anyway. So they've got a lot of unres cards. So yeah, I can see this seeing play. I mean, it's not unusable.
No.
Yeah.
You could always vamp them and then run it if you really. I don't know. I just think people are going to res it as soon as they see it.
Right.
Yep.
Which I guess then you shoot them with the gun, which is not terrible.
It just has the gun's just so costly. If it was like 2 to install,
Versus,
I mean, because it's like 4, I think, right? And it takes 2 clicks to kill them.
I don't know. Being able to just shoot Caprice though is fantastic.
Yeah, it is fun. Well, when I was at Gen Con, I got to do that last year. It was like the best thing in the world. So
S&W or something.
I think it was a 3. Yes, it was a SMW. Anyway,
I don't know. There you go, right there, unregistered.
yeah.
That's only one to install.
That's only one.
I mean, you got to make a successful
but it's
run.
2 clicks.
in a
You
track.
got to make this successful run.
Sure, but
So they res it. You run HQ and you kill them.
well, no, you just put the gun out. I don't know. Almost at this point, I think
make them make a choice.
I think the gun might have a little more relevance nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if you do run in there and then they res them, you could shoot them anyway.
Yep.
2 clicks is a fair trade to shoot Caprice. It
Okay,
is.
do the math.
It's not
Two
just
clicks.
shoot Ash.
Yeah.
I mean, depending, maybe.
Yeah.
But just shooting Caprice in the face would be nice.
Yeah, losing that psych battle sucks.
Yeah.
Especially on a Future Perfect. So
And with a Nisei in there, it's
Yeah,
like...
mhm.
I mean, I played RP, so...
yeah, it sucks. All right, you're up.
No, it's you.
No,
Is it?
Last card.
Oh, I get the brain cage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get brain
'cause you
cage.
did Dreamers.
Oh, I love this art. This is probably this may be seen at the last. But anyway,
It's
so this is a
creepy.
1 cost. It's called Brain Cage. It's the hardware cybernetics. It says when you install Brain Cage, suffer 1 brain damage. Your maximum hand size increased by 3. It has no influence, so it's cheap. If you want to increase your hand size, why didn't you play Box E? You know, you don't have to take
Public sympathy.
Public Sympathy, I think, is the biggest comparison. But I guess if you're not taking the brain damage, it is better than Public Sympathy.
Yeah.
But you'd probably be playing more than one of these. Maybe.
No, you can't play more
Can't
than
play
one.
more
I
than
mean,
one.
you have more than one in your deck.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you're trying to draw it for some reason.
And then the other 2 are dead, or 1 or 2 are dead cards.
Right.
Where public sympathy, you can use them all.
Yeah, I just...
I mean, these are all
The
cheap.
upside is it's hardware over resource. So
Yep.
that is helpful.
Especially with the cards that are coming up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Little brain cake. It's fine. I want to see more. I want to see the cybernetics, that do something cool. These ones just kind of have... I don't know. They're not super exciting.
Yeah.
Genetics were super exciting.
Yeah, genetics. Those have seen a lot of play. So
Genetics were fantastic. Well, most of the genetics do. But genetics were fantastic. These are
okay,
okay.
yeah, site specific.
Yeah.
All right, you got the first ID.
Moving on to the corporation, we have the Cybernetics Division.
Oh.
Humanity Upgraded. It is a 40-15. It's a division. Each player's maximum hand size is reduced by 1.
And you are sweet.
So it hurts. It's easier to... whatever.
Scorch Earth.
Sure.
You could wipe out their hand. First
guess.
run.
Yeah. Brain damage is probably
Yeah.
easier.
I don't know, actually, if you try to get them with 1 brain damage and then see Source scorch them or something.
Yeah.
You're not really... I guess if you overscore a Vitruvius, that'd be... that's viable. 40 cards. Probably easy to get the scorches anyway.
Yep. You got 15 influence, so it's not you're not losing influence in a 40 card deck, so that's
right.
good.
You get your 3 scorches in your sea source.
You can play
But,
fast advance out of it.
Well, yeah, you have biotics for days. Yeah, why not? It's cool. 4 cards. Andy gets to throw away a card.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It does hurt yourself though, because you're down to 4 as well.
But you could put the whale in upgrade, right?
No, you couldn't. Just no, you couldn't.
It's only one. It's only one
It
influence.
doesn't matter.
Why bother?
It's just you have 4 cards too. It's cool. It's a new way to play. It definitely is a let's give them brain damage kind of game. Yeah, Edge of the World.
Edge of the World, yes, definitely.
I think,
four
I
pieces
think
of ice.
the other cards in this deck actually end up making Edge of the World slightly viable.
Yep.
I don't know what its influence cost is, but why not?
Yep.
Next card, self-destruct chips. It's a 3/1. Agenda security. The runner's maximum hand size is reduced by 1, so it plays right into the new ID,
Sure.
further reducing the hand size.
Yeah, and it's a 3/1. Again, it'll work with Edge of the World because you need to be this or Edge of the World.
Mm-hmm.
As your trap. Because obviously this wouldn't work very well with Cerebral Overrider. I think you'd go one way or the other. But
With Edge of World or Cerebral.
yeah, sure.
Right.
Because you're either advancing stuff or you're not advancing stuff to give them brain damage.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
Shipment from Murmur, 3 of those down or whatever, or
See
one.
what happens.
Well, no, you gotta score them. It's not
Yeah.
if the runner takes.
Yeah,
them.
but I mean, okay, so
The runner definitely is not giving you this back with the turntable.
Yeah, that's one they'll keep.
yeah, or put snare one of these down.
Sure, why
Something
not?
like that. It'd be fun. So you could potentially get them down to a 1 hand
If you
size.
scored all 3.
Oh,
Chairman Hero and kill him.
that would be funny.
That would just be fantastic. They just be like, do whatever they want, and you're like, Chairman Hero, you die. Huh.
Negative hand size at the end of your turn.
I don't know how much influence Hero is, but
4.
I hope not.
I think he's
Yeah.
he's 3 or 4.
There's other cool cards. There's way better cards like Valley Grid
Yeah.
that I use over Hero.
Yeah.
Chairman Hero.
He's 5.
He's 5.
He's a thick one.
He's not coming to play
Yeah,
with
he's
me.
not gonna. He takes up
No.
a third of your influence. So
not happen.
All right, I got the next card.
You do.
It's called Lapdog. It's a 2-cost ice. It's a trap. 0 strength, and it's 2 influence. It says the runner trashes an installed piece of hardware trash Lapdog. So if you want to get rid of those clone chips, consoles,
they're going to use the clone chip before they lose it if they can.
If they can,
sure.
But the consoles, they can't do that.
So. Catch them when that's all they're out.
This Prado's going to die. It's a trap. I mean,
it's cheap.
The runner does pick which one though, so you know.
No,
I lose a silencer or a decoder key thing. So yeah, I agree. It kills consoles. That'll be great.
Yeah. Oh, you just read that the toolbox, and I just haven't left this down. I haven't read
Monolith.
Yeah,
Monolith. Look at my trick, Monolith. Lapdog. Well, okay then.
It can really wreck somebody's setup though, pretty well.
It is.
Oh,
that's
all
cool.
right. Yours.
It's different. It's neat. I get the upgrade. It's a region. It's the Oak Town Grid, a 1-cost HB upgrade. 1 to trash. 2 influence. The trash cost of cards installed in this server is increased by 3. Limit 1 region per server. Built Oak Town tough. Fantastic. It's basically, if you really think about it, it's a 4-credit tax on them wanting to trash anything else. Because you're going to trash this first, then their other stuff. Assuming you can see it all. Well, obviously you can see this one for sure. Yeah. Which may be a good trick, because they're like, I'll trash the grid, access that one. Oh, NAP, dang it.
Yeah, I don't have the money.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a good little tax.
It's not persistent like red herrings and ash. But
it protects your asset economy.
Could protect your caprice.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's only 4 credits because they're going to trash this first, then kill Caprice, but it's frustrating and annoying. There's no room for it in RP, but it's still suck anywhere else you put it. Though, I don't know. I mean, I think I'd rather play Breaker Bay most of the time.
Yeah.
Get assets for free instead of making them pay more.
Well, in industrial genomics, it could be really...
that'd be really annoying.
Really annoying. Because it's already bad enough, But this kind of gives them protection early game, maybe for industrial genomics.
It's different.
Before they get their trash bin filled up.
It's kind of cool. I don't know. Okay. The next card's the card.
Yours. You get the card.
2 cost. Unique. Ryan Knight. Upgrade. Sysop. Trash. Do 1 brain damage. Use this ability only during a run on the server and only if the runner has no unspent clicks. 3 to trash him. Yep, that's great.
No, that's not Caprice in that server. It's Ryan.
Take a brain damage.
And you just click through that Eli? You just click through that Eli? Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes you want to play all the Bioroids.
And do you want to access what's in there?
So does this make Stronger Together really viable then?
No.
Okay.
Because you're still going to play because you're going to play the one that basically they start with a brain damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Any additional brain damage is going to hurt even more.
Right. Oh, it'll be awesome. Play Hourglass. Hourglass will tip your hand, though. Hourglass?
Why you got the res?
So Ryan's in there. But no, you have Turing now.
Turing.
They're not going through Turing.
Unless you spend 3 clicks and break.
Then Ryan smacks you in the face.
Yep.
Lots of ways to give brain damage, accompanying with lots of ways to increase your hand size.
This could actually make the successful demonstration really good as an operation.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, res that, have a couple pieces of ice, and just leave it there, and okay.
You're coming through.
Make sure they make a run.
Well, we now have 1 Sysop that's worth fetching with
that's what I was thinking too.
Whatever that thing is.
Last pack came out.
Yeah, whatever.
It wasn't Career Fair, but it was the other word.
Yeah, recruitment trip or something.
Yeah, recruitment trip. Yep, recruit. Yeah.
That'd be up somewhere. Recruiting trip.
Yeah, recruiting trip. That's it.
And it's only 1 influence, so
Yeah, you can definitely go get that.
There's some way better sysops down the line.
Search R&D for X different CSOPs. So you could actually go get all 3 of them.
No, they have to be different
by title.
Yeah, so you can only get 1 at a time.
Okay,
but he's still fantastic.
Okay,
yours.
Mine. I got a 4-cost piece of ice. It's a psi ice. It's a code gate. It's called Clairvoyant Monitor. It has a psi text. If you do the psi game 1, 2, 3 or 0, 1, 2. not the 1, 2, 3. Says this one says, if you and the runner spent a different number of credits, place one advancement token on an installed card at the end of the run. It's 2 influence.
And in the run, by the way.
And in the run, so. Which is good.
That's fantastic.
It's really good. And it's 3 strength. So it's a pretty decent strength code gate. And it does... And it makes a side game, which makes the Nisei Precinct, right? Or whatever, the Nisei Jinteki even more
if
viable.
you want to play that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, because it gives you another side game you can play for free.
Yeah, fortunately it's yoggable.
Yeah, and it's kind of expensive to res for the 3 strength.
I can see it being very frustrating in RP. Because if you don't break it and I win the site, I mean, it allows you to install 4 advanced things, hidden. They're like, oh, it's a Caprice. Clarifying, I lost. You're advanced. Oh. Nisei. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And you can place it on any card, so if you want to play Trick or Light, right?
On an installed card, yeah. So it doesn't have to go on a card that can be advanced either.
Yep.
You could screw with them. Well, yes, my Caprice has 3 counters.
Oh, that snare I just advanced that you thought was not an agenda.
Yeah.
That's a cool side game.
That's a really cool side game.
I do think it's a little expensive for something that's yoggable.
That's why they made it expensive, though.
Yeah, but it's yoggable.
Because it can put it on any card. Is probably why it's the cost.
Sure.
Okay, yours.
I get locked down, a 0-cost Jinteki code gate of 5 strength with 1 influence. The runner cannot draw cards for the remainder of this turn. Hooray. Sometimes useful, sometimes worthless. It's Neural EMP's best friend.
Yeah,
you're down to 0 cards.
I've been playing with the PE deck that uses lots of code gates, and it would be fun in that. And I don't think it's great in RP, but in PE, it could be very irritating, especially for 0 cost.
Yeah, I think it's Neural EMP's friend.
Yeah.
Or Philotic, or...
I'm running 3 neurals in there and lots of code gates.
Yeah.
Just house them nice.
So when they get Gordian Blade, your day's just over?
No, because I'm running the +1 strength for code gates.
Yeah, but
agenda.
Still Gordian, you only have to go up once. Or study guide.
No, he had a Lotus Field that was, 7?
Yeah, I had a 7 strength Lotus Field.
Which was really annoying.
Pop-up windows ended up being 3 strength.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, though. If you have 3 pop-up windows together... Well, no, pop-up window doesn't matter. You're just paying the 1 credit.
Yeah, but it was funny.
Yeah.
But no, wait, I had a chum in front.
Yeah, he had the chum.
Chum pop-up window.
He had the chum, which makes the code gate even
6 or
worse.
7 and
Yeah, it was horrible. It was really nasty.
That sounds cool.
Okay, so I got the little engine. Yep. So
You're skipping me.
No, he gets.
No, you get the little. You get the little engine. You get the MB. You always get the MBN card. Go ahead.
I don't like.
He
this
doesn't want
NBN.
this one though.
Yeah. Okay.
Little
Skip.
engine, 5 cost, 7 strength code gate, 3 subroutines, end run, and the runner gains 5 credits, 2 influence.
Oh man, this is a tough one for me because I looked at it and go, gosh.
Code gates are so easy to break now, and there is a way, especially with like my Nasir layout, I would make money running into this every time.
Grappling hook.
That would be funny too.
Because all the subroutines would fire even if you end the run, right?
No.
No, because the end run goes, yeah.
They activate in order.
They activate in order, so I have so many recurring credits, and use Refractor or Study Guide, and
So you break the 2 end runs and then get the
5 money.
So here's the problem: is it's like, oh, it cost me 7 credits to break this with Gordian, and then I get 5 back. So it cost me 2 credits to break it with Gordian.
Right. As long as you have the money, you're fine.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's 5
the problem.
to res.
And it's 5. I mean, 5's a lot, but it's
But it's a 7 strength though. That's the thing. If you don't have a code gate on there,
Refractor, it's 2 stealth credits and then 2 whatever credits.
2 stealth credits and 2 whatever.
Right.
And then you have Study Guide. It's probably going to be even cheaper than that because you're going to be bumping Study
Guide
Guide up
would be
as
funny.
you go. Because Study Guide, I put that in this year, and you can boost that up really fast.
Yeah.
So it can be 5 within a few turns. 5
So you pay 2 to get 5.
Right.
Security test.
And then you get the 5 when they res this.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, because it's this year. Yeah, sure.
Right. So I don't know. When I like the idea of having big ice in NBN that can stop people, but this doesn't really help you end game because they're going to have the money to get through, and then they're just going to get most of the money back.
yeah, they'll never break
But if they are poor, they have to have the money. So I guess if it's like the first or it's like the first or second piece of ice, and you have a couple more, then they do have to have enough to break it. But then they have plenty of money to get your NAPD.
Right.
Or
And
whatever.
then that's what wraparound's for, is the early ice. It'll just stop them buy you a turn or two.
Yeah.
And it's a heck of a lot cheaper than
5.
this. Yeah, 5.
A
And you don't have to worry about it later in the game giving them money.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll combo with something later.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, it'd kind of be funny.
Put it behind the universal connectivity fee.
Put it behind a chum in
Ooh.
And-
9.
Jinteki. That'd be kind of funny. They'd have to break the chum, but you make it a little more irritating.
Well, yeah, you have to break the chum and then break that.
What's really scary is if you fem this, then you pay 2 to get through, and you make.
No, you can't. Fem, you have to pay.
You have to break
pay the
break
total,
all of them.
and then
You pay the
jump
total?
past it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Fem's not that cool.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just break the 2 that you want.
Yeah.
You know, you have to break all the.
Still
the
going with
bypass.
grappling hook. Still going with
Grappling hook would be funny.
My clone ship grappling hook 5 credits. Clone ship grappling hook 5 credits. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, I got the cool agenda.
You got the agenda.
Yeah, the one agenda. All
I
right,
don't know if I call it the cool agenda.
Oaktown renovation. Hey, Wayland's doing good in the city. They're doing a little gentrification. It's a four cost agenda, 2 points scored. Agenda initiative. It's public. See, they're doing public good.
Right?
That's what they do. It says install Oaktown renovation face up. First time we've seen that. Whenever you advance Oaktown renovation, gain 2 or 3 if there's 5 or more advancement tokens on Oaktown renovation. So guess what? They're going to make the town good and get some money while doing it.
No, they're not. They're just going to get it stolen.
Yeah, as quickly as possible.
I mean, I guess, sure, if it's like Blue Sun, maybe, and you've got Curtain Wall and this
Yeah.
thing. But, I mean, it's basically clicking for a credit 5 times and then clicking for 2 credits. Which, yay? I don't know.
So you put one down, right?
But it has to have in order to get the 3, it has to already have 5.
Yeah.
So the 6th one actually gives you the 3rd. The 6th advancement gives you the 3rd credit.
And you're wasting a lot of time to do that.
Right, and they're just looking at you going, really? Sure. I mean, I guess you could have a bunch of other annoying stuff in the server with it.
Yeah. You know, I could see this with like red herrings or something like that, right? And
There's safer ways to make money.
Yeah. But if
There's safer ways
Yeah,
to make money.
for Wayland.
So you click this 3 times, right? Advance it 3 times. You can't score it, but you get 6 money.
but you just spent 6 money. So yeah, it's like you get money
you
for
spend
clicking
3.
it. Well, you spend 3 and get 6, so
Yeah.
you gain 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be able to protect it. It just, if you can't protect it, then I don't know. I don't think it's a cool enough benefit.
It's interesting to see, but yeah.
Sure. Now I know there's one coming in a later pack that I believe it's whenever you advance it, you advance another card as well.
Well, that'd be cool.
That might be okay. You advance that one to get 2 credit, and then they're just going to come steal them both. I mean, that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know.
It's a different way to play.
It is different way to play.
It could be something that's going to be viable down line. But I mean, it'd be interesting to res it the first time and people go, "What are you doing?"
Well, you don't res it. You just
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it down,
you
face
install
down.
it. You know, face up. Oh,
Face up, yeah.
so it could be a little rope-a-dope. Okay, here we go. A little rope-a-dope, right? So you put down one card, you come back in, you install that in a server and make them run it, and you've got this other card here that you want to actually score, right?
Sure.
And they think it's a trap, and they kind of get, it could be the little rope-a-dope.
You could punitive it. You could,
Yeah.
You could have punitive. You could have,
Double punitive.
you could have the bomb in here. You could have the bomb in the server for some reason.
Yeah. Make them want to run it, for sure.
I don't know. Meh.
Yeah, okay.
That's
We're trying. Go ahead, yours.
I get Corporate Town.
Yep.
Corporate Town. A 1-cost asset, 5 to trash. As an additional cost to res Corporate Town, the corp must forfeit an agenda. When your turn begins, you may trash 1 resource. Cannot be prevented. I would much rather protect this card than that card.
Yeah.
Because that's just like, well, number one, you get the surprise. It costs you a hostile takeover, and then you kill their personal workshop supplier.
They just make Rachel even. They have no love for this woman.
Rachel Beckman. Well, her power is ridiculous. So, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's great. You're killing some really cool stuff with it.
There's a lot of decks that rely on their resources
And
now.
it's hard to trash.
Yep.
I mean, it is. You lost an agenda, sure. They're losing all sorts of
Fun stuff.
Katie,
Katie's great. Kill Katie off.
Personal Workshop, Aesop's. Your Haley deck could hate this card.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
Well, there's so many resource decks that resource heavy decks. I mean, there's so much resource heavy decks now.
Because you just go chronotype and be like, you have to.
Hey! I know the pain.
Well, but I mean, that's what I mean. Is this you could force that on someone
Yeah.
instead
Right.
of them playing it? It just would be.
You don't have to be tagged even.
No, it'd be
No,
devastating.
it's just-
You just
Slowly pick off all of their resources.
That sucks.
be
Guess what?
fantastic.
You get the cool card.
Last card.
You get the card. I think is the best card, but
3 cost Quicksand, Ice Barrier, 0 strength. It's neutral, no influence. When the runner encounters Quicksand, place 1 power counter on it. Quicksand has +1 strength for each power counter on it in the run. Yeah, it's you put this on a central that's going to be ran constantly, and it's going to pull up power counters pretty quickly. And you get 1, so even though it starts at 0, it's going to be 1 strength once the first time they hit it.
so it's
And it's an encounter effect too, so you can't break it.
not better than Wall of Static until the 4th run. Then it just becomes ridiculous because it's an extra credit every time.
Yep. It's so good.
It is.
It's
You're
so-
generally going to surprise them with it the first time.
Yeah.
And, I'm okay with it costing them 1 to break, because it'd be 1 to break. It'd be 1 to break, 1 corroder. 1 to break, 1 to break,
Right.
2 to break, then 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
So they get in a couple times cheap, but
You know eventually it's going to pay off. You put
Yeah.
it on a central.
RP.
Yep.
No, keep coming back for the Caprice into the Quicksand. Oh, how awful would that be? You have 2 or 3 Quicksands on your scoring server and just... Because you start off with Quicksand and
It's
like...
so cheap.
Like Quicksand Sundew or something,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, I'm going to break... And then it's Quicksand Sundew Caprice, and then...
That's where you need this.
Yeah, you immolate the Quicksand.
Yeah, that would be one of the cards that would be highly on the list of immolation.
Sure.
Yeah. If you throw one away, those you might just
or get one parasited, right?
yeah.
Sure.
And kill it, and then
Hope that there's another one that comes out.
well, and they're probably running 3 of them. So
Yeah.
anyway, so looking at the pack, let's go. Let's start with art. This time, what's your favorite art out of the pack? Because it's the first time we've really seen all the cards.
Brain Cage is creepy. It's just... They were just peeling his skin back.
It's
and
really good. Yeah,
It's creepy.
it's good. Yeah. So do you think Brain Cage?
No, it's just creepy.
It is good. It's creepy.
It's just creepy. I don't want to...
Yeah, I think my favorite. I always wanted to have that type of art for Quicksand. I think Quicksand. I just like that stuff when it's coming out through a barrier or through into a virtual reality. I just love it, and it's really well done.
Well, you got to figure it's the runner trying to fight his way through the quicksand.
Yeah,
He's trying to
it's
get
really
through
cool,
it.
and he's sinking in it. I mean, it's really well done. I like to see the whole picture because I love the way they do the different circuit lines.
Yeah.
And it's all circuit lines in there, so it'd be really cool looking big. So what's your favorite there, Josh?
I really like Cybernetics Division. It's
Yeah,
kinda-
it's second on my list.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty good.
I love the HBs on the fence.
kind of in the shadows.
Like,
yeah.
yeah, we're
Getting
here.
patrolled and everything.
Yep.
I like Corporate Town. I think it's
Hey, wait.
it's Wayland of the future. It's just like everyone is doing their job and only their job and whatever the government tells them. It's a planet that's had government takeover and you just go to your job every day. It's like the 50s.
Yeah, it's like the 50s. It's got
Yeah.
that 50s kind of throwback art, like the.
Because that's a Bioroid
yeah,
or something.
exactly.
It's not.
Mhm. It's like George Jetson, It's like George Jetson, and they got the little minivan. It's like the little mini hopper van. I love it.
Yeah, and the tagline: "If you can't buy the city council, create a new city." Jeez.
Just like Wayland would do. Okay, so if you're looking at cards that you want to play, what card screams at you? I want to play this.
The Cybernetics division.
Okay,
I want to. Cybernetics, self-destruct chips, Ryan Knight.
the whole
You
thing.
want to make him go. Beep.
Yeah. Okay.
Some brain damage.
What do you look? What card do you want to build a deck around?
I don't know if I'd really want. I do like Cybernetics Division. I might mess around with it. I think it's more there's little pieces that help out other things. Like Quicksand is really interesting. If I'm still lockdown's interesting for what I'm going. And turntables, I've been running Vigil, and turntables something to think about instead using Vigil.
Gotcha.
Net ready eyes will be brutal.
Yeah, I think net ready eyes is what I was thinking. I mean, I thought about and when the other suite comes out, the Century Breaker running a cloud suite.
Triangle.
I mean, you could throw Creeper in there now, but it would suck.
There's no point unless that clouds actually do something. Do something.
But-
I mean, sure, it'll increase the strength by 1, but
Yeah, but I mean, I think if here's the other way is you put the regular cloud breakers in,
Right.
and then you supplement those.
so you can have like 3 creepers installed.
No, I wouldn't have 3 creepers. I just have
Why not?
one.
It would pump this up 3 more times.
It could. You could have a whole set of programs, right?
I have 12 programs. Why?
And it cost me 0 memory.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running into Marcus.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'd like to try to build that because it'd be so cheap to get up. I mean, just one of those things, you know. But Ryan looks really fun though.
Ryan's fantastic.
Ryan, I think I'd like to build a deck and some other stuff,
especially with like the brain taping warehouse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do I run on the first click? Do I run on the? I give up.
Yeah, yeah. I can't run. I just sit here.
Score your agendas. I give up.
Yep. Okay. All right, and then the last thing, I guess. Is there anything that you're going to see all the time? I mean, just from a meta shifting type card in here.
Titanium ribs.
No.
Turntable, probably.
Maybe.
Do you think Turtamble is going to see a lot of play? I think Quicksand's going to be the meta changing.
I mean, I guess. Oh, sure. Quicksand.
I think Quicksand. You're going to see that across a lot of different decks.
Yeah, I guess you're going to have Wizard playing Turntable and.
There's a lot of the Anarch ones are going to try Turntable.
Raina wants the free card from Vigil once they got the headlock on.
Yeah.
Noise doesn't. He wants Grimoire.
Yeah.
Edward, sure, why not?
Yeah, Edward could do it potentially.
Max, sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted in Valencia just to try something different.
Yeah, oh no, Valencia would be fine.
Yeah.
Too.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
How much is Vigil? Is it 3?
3 or 4. Something.
Yeah, you save so much money not having to pay for breaking that.
Yep.
The price isn't really it; it's the effect that seems interesting.
I like it. His headphones.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
it fits. It's really cool, man.
The art's cool, and you know, like what it is kind of cool. Even though the actual like console itself does not really fit with noise, but I mean they gave him Grimoire forever ago, so
It'd be interesting to try Lapdog with like interns. Just keep recurring.
to put it back in,
Just keep, you know.
be frustrating. You can parasite it though, so
You could parasite it.
spend that clone chip on a parasite.
Yep. All right. Well, I think it's another great pack, 3rd pack of the cycle. So we're halfway through, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we got a lot of fun stuff. Cybernetics were not as fun as the genetics.
No, they were not.
I guess cyborgs are never as fun as clones.
I guess.
I don't know. Is that true in fiction?
I don't know. The biorids are pretty cool, so
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will see you next time, and it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching. I'm Bob.
Josh.
John.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.